Welcome everybody. It's been a while since we have done a Brit and Yankee craft beer podcast. Hopped outside, but in actual fact, we're doing one now where everybody is inside. But I'm very, very happy to say that we have with us a ménage à brew of fabulous people who have produced an absolutely excellent beer for the summer. But first, I'm going to shoot down and say hi to the man who is lying on his stomach in his front room with his marijuana plant behind him, Mr. Ken McMullen, who is my co-host for today's show. Hi, Ken.
Now, that is not a marijuana plant. That is a corn plant that is way overgrown, but cheers, Phil.
A corn plant. Okay, very good.
I liked you slightly better. I liked you slightly better, Ken, when it was a marijuana plant. Now that I know it's a corn plant, I'm like, eh.
And I have to say that should introduce us to the three guys we have with us right now. They're all over the place. I've never had five on the show before. In fact, actually, we've got six people. But so I'd like to introduce the guys who have done a wonderful collaboration of a farmhouse ale with honey, which I'm about to pour here in front of me. But I'd like to go first of all over to the man who is furthest away, and that is JD, who is from the Forge Brewhouse. Hi, JD. How you doing?
Doing well, thanks. How are y'all?
JD, we talked just recently because I came out to your place. You have locations in DeKalb and Sycamore.
Correct.
The brew house is in DeKalb. So we came out there. I picked up a 4-pack of this beer, which I'm going to show opening in just a second. By the way, do you like my cool glasses? Thank you very much. I'll take those off right now. I just thought it would be something for the hipsters. Anyway, next to me, I don't know which side it is when you look at this, but there are two guys who are very, very interesting looking fellows. One has the big beard, which obviously means he's a brewer. The other guy has a rather cool hat on. Welcome from Dry City Brew Works, Mr. Ben Sampson, owner brewer, and Mr. Mick Dempsey. I think you're a brewer now as well, Mick, right?
I'd say assistant recipe follower.
Oh, it's just a... Welcome. Hey, how you doing, Ben? Good to see you again.
Cheers. Thank you.
Ben is drinking something. What are you drinking?
I am. I'm drinking our Scotch ale, I Save the King.
All right. Hey, JD, you got a beer?
I haven't grabbed one yet.
Well, bugger off and get one, will you, while I'm introducing the man with the
talk to those guys, I'll get one.
Okay, good man. And last but not least, the final brewery who has done this collaboration, and it looks like he is surrounded by an aura of a halo of light, and that is Mr. Alex Durag Drayer, the D in D and G Brewing out in St. Charles, Illinois. Hi, Alex.
Hello. How the heck are you, Phil?
I'm doing great. You're in the brew house, right?
I am. Well, I'm in the tap room.
You're in the tap room. Okay. Are you open at the moment?
Yes, we are open.
Inside and outside?
Inside and outside.
Okay, so there's nobody in there demanding beer?
Not yet.
Okay, cool. So if you have to shoot off, we'll forgive you. Hey,
if I have to pop away for a second, it'll only be for a second.
What was that, Jay? What was that, Alex?
I said if I have to pop away for a second, it'll only be for a second.
That's okay. Good man. Who was that who came behind you, JD?
It was Ethan, the man on the can.
The man on the can. All right, so let's get to
that can.
Yeah. So the reason that we wanted to, Ethan's being brought back in. So let me explain. So Ethan, let's give you a full-fledged look at your face. Completely different to what the can is, because what we're discussing today is this beer, which is Grumpy, Stoned, and Here for Looks, a collaboration between you three breweries. And apparently your picture is on this, right, Ethan?
I believe so, yeah.
It doesn't look anything like you. Okay, bugger off. You can get out the picture. So So Ken has also got the can down there. He's opened his. I'm going to open mine right now. And this is a farmhouse ale with honey. And I'm pouring it into my Oliver Dry City Brewing masonry jar. And I've done a really bad job because look at the hell of the head on that. Oh, my God. That is a bad pour, guys. I should do better. Ben and Mick, where's Oliver right now? I understand he's out on vacation, right?
Yep, he's with family over in Maryland.
Okay, well, all best wishes to Oliver. And I know that you guys, all three of you came out to the Forge, right?
Sure did.
We did very early in the morning.
Early in the morning, which is where you brewed this beer. So before we go any further, I want to come down to Ken and ask him, Ken, what do you think of this beer? Honest opinion, because if it sucks, tell them, and then they'll take it off the market.
Well, it sounds like Dry City already sold out of it.
So I guess they're not taking it off the market.
We've all gone through our kegs.
I don't think I can do any damage.
What is your opinion of it, though?
No, I like it. It's actually pretty light. You know, in terms of body, it's got a little bitterness in there, and the honey is fermented pretty well. I mean, I get a little hint of honey, but I think it's fermented out quite a bit too. But you know, I was surprised it was 8.5%. It's a big beer.
That has to be the honey, right? So whose idea was to add honey to this?
I think Alex brought it up.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex. Okay. Hey, before we go any further, I just want to clear up the confusion. Who's grumpy?
I think I am.
Well, I don't know. I mean, JD, I could be grumpy.
Who's stoned?
Pretty cyclical between all three of us.
And who's here for looks?
Oh, that would have been Oliver altogether. That was
Wait
Oliver.
a minute. No.
Probably Oliver.
I thought that was going to be Oliver.
Yeah,
My
it's
answer
Oliver.
really is yes for everything.
Well, Ben, Oliver, I mean, both could be considered here for the looks.
You know what? JD's quite a handsome man. I love it. So anyway, you brewed this out at the Forge, and last time we were out there with the podcast, you had a different brewer. You've taken over now, JD, and you've been doing that for quite some time. So tell us the story of the brewing of this. How did you come to get with these guys and decide on a recipe?
Oh, I don't remember when it was. A couple months back, I was out delivering beer. I think I was in Geneva, and I thought I should probably swing by D and G. And I brought in some beer, and Alex was there, and Oliver was there, and we just started talking about doing something, and that's where, I mean, after 3-4 beers, it was like, yeah, let's do this, and let's make it bigger.
I think that's a great idea. and you are, by trade in the past, not a brewer, correct?
Wasn't born a brewer, just a German.
Your last name is Heinrich, right?
Correct.
That's right. And so what did you do as a living for quite some time? Because when I heard this story, I said, that's bloody amazing. I've never heard of anybody like that.
Really? I was a farrier, which is a horseshoer. And I shod the jumpers like you would see at the Olympics. So I,
was that sheep? Was that sheep? Because that's a woolly jumper. Thank you. That's an English joke. Okay, carry on.
But
Plus Mick.
the clientele I had were the 1/10 of 1%ers. They made rich people look like paupers. And so wherever they went, when they were at a horse show or whatever, I would fly in New York, Florida, California, and take care of their horses when they needed it. So, but it's a very physical job. It broke me down after 30 years. My elbows are gone, my back's gone, my knees are gone. So for quite some time, I was looking to get into something else. And I was brewing beer for about 10 years and thought, well, let's start a brewery. And the timing was good. And so far we've been open for a little over 5 years.
Not really that
you
much
don't work very hard, do you,
back,
JD?
though.
All right, hang on. What was that, Alex?
I said, and so far you don't have to work very hard at this, do you, JD?
Oh, he's got his son.
I don't work as physical, but I put in twice as many hours.
Yeah.
Ken, what were you saying?
He's
Oh,
got
just
in
the
the
same
work
thing
now.
about the back-breaking nature of brewing. Like if you're looking to ease up on your body, brewing's not.
Oh, it's a cakewalk compared to what I did.
So you actually, and I say, I have a mild knowledge of this because my niece, her first husband, and she's had 3, was a blacksmith. So, but I never met him other than at the wedding, and didn't know how it worked. So you basically lift up the horse's hooves and then whack it on with a nail, right?
A knife and a rasp, basically. We trim the hoof, then we shape the shoe and nail it to it, is a very simple explanation of what we do. Takes about an hour and a half to shoe a horse.
All right, so let's turn our attention over to Dry City and Mr. Beard and Mr. Sampson over there. So you guys have been going for quite some time, and you haven't canned anything yet. Are you going to be canning this beer?
Well, we're not. JD's going to do it. This guy over here.
Oh, okay, we hope that's pointing the right way when it comes around to it.
Well, us is pointing the right way.
Anyone but us.
So you're trying to can it, but you've had a problem finding cans. I think I talked to JD about that.
We ran out. Everybody and their brother is filling cans right now. And it's been up until a few weeks ago, I'd call my contact and I'd say, hey, I'd like to pick up a skid of cans tomorrow. And they'd say, what time? And then about 2 weeks ago, I called and said, I'd like to get a skid of cans. And they were like, yeah, call us in a couple months. And so I spent a few days just on the phone and online trying to source cans. I got 24,000 cans coming up from Texas right now. So they're supposed to be here Thursday night.
You know what's going to happen, JD, when you take delivery of it, the guy's going to back up to you and go, yeehaw, here's your cans, boy. So cans are difficult to get. This is going to be the first one that you've done, Dry City. Are you going to do more? Because I know there's plenty of mobile canning systems out there, and I know you guys have a fairly small system which produces rather good beer. I do enjoy Mick, you did a double IPA recently, right?
Yep, bulletproof legs.
And how's that gone down?
It's gone.
Oh, okay, it's gone down well. Well,
Most of I need, but still, we like it too.
And I think that Ken, you have actually gone out there and brewed a couple of times with them, and I know that this is really like small area brewing. So how did you, Ben, get to put all that brewing equipment into such a small space?
That's what Wheaton had downtown, so we worked with it.
Pardon me, guys, I got to pour beer.
Okay, thank you, Alex.
Got to work. Yeah, we just kind of did what we could. There's no brewery in Wheaton. The Illinois Wheaton made the license for us to allow us to do it.
What's an IPA?
We should do what we can. So
Hang on. I got to mute Alex. He's being annoying.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, that's all right. Don't worry. I've muted him. He's gone away now. Okay, back to you, Ben.
Yeah, so we do 5 barrels. So that's what we do at a time with different beers. We've been pretty good at having 8 on at a time. So we can satisfy the people, and then our choice to have rotating taps all the time.
I'm not certain if I've lost the picture for everybody, but it seems like it's just me who's in there right now. It could be my computer. Damn it. What the hell, man?
We had a nice conversation while you were gone.
In conclusion, it's the best beer you'll ever have.
We've done 25 of these, and it's never happened.
Reactions.
All right. Okay. So All right, hi guys. We had a few issues there, technologically, if you will, where I lost you guys, and then I couldn't get back on. So we're back all together now. I can't remember where the hell I was.
You were just saying this was the best beer you'd ever had.
I think it is.
Carry on.
And here I'm drinking it out of a Dry City glass. So we talked to JD. Alex, we haven't talked to you yet. You have this beer on kegs because you just couldn't wait to get it out to your punters, right?
Absolutely. We had brought back a keg of it, and it went in one day.
Really?
So
Wow.
we decided that we needed to keg up the rest of it because it as well is selling as fast. People just can't get enough of it. They love it.
That's a good thing, I guess. So what is the attraction of this beer?
I think it's well balanced. It presents all the flavors very well from your, as a Saison. It's not boozy, which, high alcohol Saison, you worry about it being super boozy, but this fermented really dry. So it's still dry on the palate, a touch of sweetness with the honey. Overall, it's just easy. It's quaffable. It's an easy drink for a high alcohol beer.
Yeah. You got a lot of action going on in the background there, don't you?
Yeah, we got a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good thing. So Ben and Mick and JD, have you opened up your breweries for outside and inside? Ben.
Yeah, we have outside on the patio, which is expanded now into the city's parking lot. So they were generous.
The Parkio.
Yep, the patio.
The Parkio, yeah.
They gave us barricades and everything, so we have plenty of tables out there, and it's been killer ever since we were able to reopen that. As far as inside, we've spaced our tables out and moved some things around if necessary. We're mainly using it as overflow if we need to, but we try not to. We try to keep everybody outside, which is where they really want to be anyway right now.
And JD, you've got some limitations based on DeKalb problems, I'll say.
Yeah, I mean, we're open inside. We got a lot of room in a sense. For our capacity, we got enough room. We can spread everybody out without a problem. We don't really have an outdoor area. I mean, you're welcome to go sit in the gravel parking lot on a picnic table, but it's not very attractive or welcoming. Our crowd tends to be a little different. The people we've got couldn't wait to come back. It's like, let us in. We want to sit and gather and drink. So that's kind of who we got out here.
Yeah, and from the perspective of how you're going to move forward, are any of you guys worried about Arizona and Florida and New York and New Jersey now, who have kind of backtracked a little bit?
I'm under the assumption that we're going to end up being shut down again in about 30 days, but I operate under that assumption so that I keep myself in check when it comes to expectations. I mean, if I'm thinking it's going to shut down, we just keep operating as we're operating right now while we're open, with the idea that we may end up going back to doing mostly cans again.
Okay. Well, if each of you guys had to say, come out and visit us, what beer would you recommend that they drink? Let's start with Alex at D and G.
Man, that's a loaded question. Every beer.
Yeah, I know. I like to ask
good.
a loaded question.
Every beer is good. I mean, everybody was delicious. We made a Berliner Weiss. My wife made some organic syrups for it. It's outstanding. It tastes almost like drinking pop. Like they just go down way too easy. Way too easy. But I mean, all the beers on tap are delicious. And I mean, right now I've been kind of on the West Coast IPA. That's the one I've been hitting up, but I like a good, crisp West Coast.
Okay. Ben, Mick.
As far as the newest one we have is called Circus on the Moon. It was based on a Berliner Weiss. It's just a lighter beer, and then we mixed ginger ale from Windmill in Geneva.
Geneva.
Yeah, they did a blood orange ginger. that we mixed in, so it turns into a radler. So that's been a really fun one. Low alcohol, good to drink out on the patio when it's 90 degrees like today.
A low alcohol is
Yeah.
a radler, which is really good. Yeah. Mick, when are you going to trim your beard?
When am I gonna what?
Trim your beard.
When are you going to trim your beard?
I don't know. That's down the line. I'm waiting for Oliver to get back so I can sleep on occasion.
That's phase 5.
All right, JD, what beer would you recommend people drink when they come out to your location?
This might be a jab because of our talk the other day when you were out, but my rye IPA is exceptional.
Yes. Yeah, I have to say that it's been a while since I went out to JD's, and he's got some really nice beers. I would recommend picking up bottles of his long haul selection, which has beers that you want to put away for the winter.
There you go. We've also got a summer series we do of Berliners, and the first one's almost gone. It's a strawberry Berliner Weiss. Then Monday we're brewing the blueberry. Probably 3 weeks down the line we'll do a red currant, or we haven't decided on the fruit for the next one yet. But we go through the summer with the fruited Berliner Weisses that are 3.5% flammable.
Dragon fruit. There you go. Ken, are you going to be opening up soon?
Hopfine's hired a manager, and they're interviewing staff. And we had a pretty tight staff when we closed, and I think they've all moved on to other positions. So I think we're restaffing our restaurant, and it sounds like we're going to wait another about 2 to 3 weeks, kind of gear up to open, but also watch what's going on, because you got all these southern states that are shutting down their bars, and then New Jersey and New York, who are kind of along the same spot as Illinois is in terms of COVID cases. They put a pause on opening indoor dining. So I think right now we're just kind of gearing up as though we're going to open, but we're also kind of hedging. And
Understood.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank all of you guys, because it's been a challenging technological cast. I hope it's going to come out good. But I want to raise my glass and say to you, Ken, cheers to Grumpy, Stoned, and Here for Looks.
Cheers to the same.
Here's to you, JD.
Right back at you. Cheers.
Okay, thanks. And here's to Alex, who's got the most noise in the background.
Cheers, everyone.
And finally, Ben and Mick, thank you very much for coming on. Your brewery is awesome because it's so small and neat. Just like all of you guys, you've got like the I'm going to say micro breweries, with all due respect, the places you like to come and drink. So cheers to Ben and Mick.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you, Phil.
Cheers to all of you guys.
Cheers. So we'll leave you at this. Hope it's going to work out good. And come and drink Grumpy, Stoned, and Here for Looks.
Thank you, Phil, as always.
Thanks, Bill.
Cheers.
You're an excellent host.
Good time.